Can you imagine sitting in a hospital waiting room listening to two men tell you about their battles with terminal cancer? This is me 2 months ago, about to go into my second surgery following a motorcycle accident that I had earlier in the year. I've had countless people tell me how unlucky I was for how my situation played out, and I've at times felt really unlucky about how things went down as well. But one thing I didn't feel like in this moment was unlucky about my situation whatsoever. One of the men was in his late 60s, very skinny and noticeably frail. Like, he had all the physical attributes of someone who was going through chemotherapy. And the other man was in his 40s, I believe, who from memory was just recently diagnosed with leukemia. And so we're all sitting in this waiting room and we were just chatting up what we were in there for. And one thing just shocked me. The man in his 40s was visibly distressed and downed. But the older man, who had been fighting for a while, I believe, at this point, like on his chemo, just so physically and visually depleted and frail. And he had the biggest smile on his face of anyone I had seen that day in the hospital. And it was a serious shock to me, and I'm being completely honest. Anytime me or the older guy mentioned anything about just how shit cancer is, he returned with nothing but positivity. Even in his own words, speaking about the awful experiences he's had along with his chemotherapy battle. And every single time he followed up with the same positive spin, just mentioning that the opportunity to battle cancer is a blessing. And that even in the rundown state of his body, it was just proof that he could just keep on going and pushing and battling. And that every day and every week and every time he gets to see his kids, he is just extremely grateful for it. He didn't carry a victim mindset around his cancer either. Anytime someone apologized for his situation, he just responded with hey, don't be sorry. It's just life. You just got to take the punches and move forward. And this whole interaction that day has just been a very big motivator to change the way I view appreciation, gratitude, and health. It sounds extremely corny, but even if you have a shit day, or an unproductive day, or you're just simply not happy with yourself or where you are in life, it is still a blessing that you even got the chance to wake up. Even more so if you're in good health and you have freedom, as I'm sure most of you watching probably do. And I'm not sure about you guys, but I've definitely been a culprit of not appreciating the real important things in life that I have been blessed with from time to time, like health, freedom, love, relationships, the ability to work, family, and everything in between. And what I'm saying is probably going to sound really corny and just come off every other commentary channel's YouTube video on this, for example. But I promise you, from my soul, that it's not going to feel corny though when someone close to you unexpectedly dies, or you narrowly avoid death on just another day of the calendar week, or something happens to you that takes away your able-bodiness or your ability to work. All these things that we don't think about. And especially with the forthcoming of social media, at least I know this is true for me, we're constantly focusing on the things that we don't have day in, day out. And we're constantly compared to people who have money, family, love, status. And it's just so easy these days to feel shitty about your own situation when it appears everybody around you and everyone you see is just doing it better. We always reflect on the people who have it better than us, but we never reflect on the people who have it worse, When was the last time you compared yourself to someone who's actually doing it way, way worse than you? Someone who is genuinely going through a fucked situation. Life has a super, super shitty but effective way of showing you how truly good you have it sometimes. And if you haven't had this grounding experience before, I promise you, it's coming at some point or another, whether you like it or not. And if you take away anything from this video, I hope it's just a realization that you're probably doing just fine. And although that your life is not perfect, and we all have somewhere we want to be, or some things that we're not particularly happy with about ourselves, there is a grim flip side of life that doesn't care. And can be 100 times worse, and you should be grateful for anything and everything that you have been blessed with, because there's hundreds of thousands and millions of people who just weren't fortunate enough to have your luck and would do anything to be in your position. I'm going to wrap it up here because I feel like that's all I really needed to say and yap about. But remember, guys, health is wealth. Be appreciative of your life and your blessings, and just make sure to tell the people close to you and the people you love that you love them, because you never know what's going to happen. Cheers if you made it to this point in the video. I appreciate you lots.